Hey my hoes, hey my hoes. Ooh, I got all kind of stuff sitting here that y'all don't need to be seeing. Let's get rid of that. Oh, are we okay? No, we're not. Okay. You just gotta look at the background a little bit. Okay, hoes. Hey ho squad. Okay, so we are for me, you know, I had the whole conversation in my last video, which was unedited, was talking about the whole hauling process and, you know, just really coming to terms that I am not going to be that popular. And it's so interesting because after saying that, I saw a post in one of my fragrance groups, and it was coming from a very popular influencer, fragrance influencer, especially on TikTok. And she stated that she needed to hurry up and get the Beyonce fragrance so she could get the views because, you know, people are going viral talking about it. And that's what I'm talking about. That is just exactly what I'm talking about. Because do I have a Beyonce? No. Do I want it? Absolutely not. There's no way I would pay that kind of money for that fragrance. Okay, but anyway, I won't even say any more because I don't want the beehive coming for me. The Bayhive coming for me. But anyway, with all that, decided let's talk about some unique fragrances in my collection, which quite frankly I could do this forever and a day. But let's just talk about a few that I wanted to share. If you are around here a lot, you're going to know of them. You're going to be like, yes, you've been talking about them ad nauseum, some of them. But not everybody watches everything, and not everybody, and maybe somebody's new. So I have some unique fragrances. So let's talk about them. Okay, so when I talk about unique fragrances, how do I decide this? Because I do searches. So when I am kind of looking at fragrances, a lot of times I'll do a search just to see how many people are talking about them. Not because I'm going to watch their reviews, because I'm not, but it's like, it's good to know, okay, are people talking about this? Did I miss it or something? So that's how I wind up knowing that, oh, ain't nobody really talking about this fragrance. It's not really around. No, you know, I found, and when I say not talking about a fragrance, I mean that normally when I do these searches, it's 10 and under that come up with these particular fragrances. I kid you not, it'll be 10 or less when I say the damn thing is ain't really being talked about. So when I say underhyped, when I say underhyped, when I say unique, when I say these things, I mean it. Now, let's just be honest. In the grand scheme of of most people's lives, almost the majority of things that we buy, and I mean me, everybody, is probably unique to the people around you. Because if you're not into this kind of stuff, you probably have, you know, the usual stuff, the usual suspects. And, you know, now the ones that are becoming a little more popular, like BR 540, because everybody know that one, Santal 33, things like that, right? You know, so people are getting more into fragrances, but of course the fragrances they're going to get into are the ones they're hearing about, which are the popular ones, and the ones that they can go to a store and get, because a lot of these people don't know where to shop like we do. So I'm saying all this to say, when I say these things are hardly ever talked about, I mean it. So now, let's just go on and get to really talking about them. All right, so I'm going to start off with some kind of popular brands, but some things from them that really don't get a lot of shine. So here we go. First one I'm going to go with is Rosendo Matu. Now, we love 5. I adore 6. They're both good. No shade, no tea, no shade. We know I own them. I wear them. I can bathe in them babies, right? But this one I don't hear people talking about. And this is Rosendo Matu number 3. This is Neroli Iris and White Musk. So this is just a cute, girly, powdery vibe. Just adorable. It is perfect. It is a perfectly soft fragrance that you will just smell stunning in. And it does last, but it is definitely a soft powdery iris musky fragrance. This, you have to like this style in order to wear it. But if you like this style, if you like powdery florals, if you love iris, if you love a musky vibe, you want to try this one. Okay, so another popular brand that we know that I love is Mancera. And this one is not, I swear I looked it up. I was like, what's going on? I told y'all about this, and for the people who've gotten it, you get it. This is Jasmine Exclusif. This is spicy Jasmine. It is, and then it's got a little oud. Oh my God, this thing is so sexy. This is seductive. This ain't just sexy. This is seductive. This will turn heads. This will make somebody go, what is she on? What is he on? Because it is just a really sensual fragrance. And once again, ain't nobody talking about it. Now this came out, this is a more recent Mancera. This came out right around the same time as Tonka Cola, which I have and which is semi-popular, and it is a good fragrance. But everybody's sleeping on Jasmine Exclusive, and I can probably tell you why. Because when I looked at the notes, I was like, I don't know. I kept going back and forth about it. But then I got it, and I said, oh, what the hell? Yes, Tonka Cola is great, but baby, you need to really, really, really be looking at this one. All right, so here's another one that I've been loving lately. This is by Atelier Cologne. This is Rose Anonyme. This is an Extrait version. Not the Cologne version. It is the pink bottle, right? Rose oud incense, stunning. That's all I got. Rose oud incense, stunning. This is like one of those things where I thought I really have not been feeling, you know, I had been kind of gotten out of the rose oud thing, but this brought me back to it. This brought me back to it. All right, so now this is from the House of Moresque, and this is part of the Secret Collection. And I have quite a few from the Secret Collection that I really love. Oh, but this one, now the only one that's really gotten a lot of talk about is Seta from it, not the other ones, and I could pull those out too, but I'm pulling this one out. This is my latest one. This is Scarlet Rouge. This is cherry blossoms and almond. It's got a sour cherry in the beginning, but then as it dries down, you get this cherry blossom and this almond. It's got the powderiness that we all love, because we all know we love a good powdery fray. A nice cherry almond. Ugh. But let's say this. This is nothing like wild cherry, but it's a really delicate cherry almond that's just perfect. It gives off that little delicate, ladylike, sweet vibe. This is Scarlet Rouge by Moresque. Now I picked this up on a whim. I don't know what made me pick it up, but I am so glad I did. Because once again, I really didn't find hardly anybody. I think I might have saw 1 or 2 videos on this one. And this is Chopard's Iris Malika. This is a spicied berried iris. And I don't have one iris that vibes like this. This is, it's not super powdery, but it is a floral iris. But you definitely get this spicied berried iris. So it's a floral iris. It's not as powdery, but it's floral and it's spicy and it's berries. And it is a different iteration of iris that probably you don't have, because I've yet to find one like this. So this is Iris Malika by Chopard. All right, another pretty almond, but this is a rose almond, and it is quite different than what I expected. I didn't know what to expect, because oh no, I actually had a sample of this, so that's what put me on the hunt for this. And I think there's only one other person that really talks about this particular fragrance, and it is a rose almond. So it's this powdery almond, and this is Isabey's Tendre Nuit. Now, you have to like rose and you like to have almond because they're together, and I never thought that this would, I never even thought about rose and almond, but rose and the almond is so good. The almond gives it a sweetness. The rose is just rosying. It is a delicate, girly, feminine vibe. This is Isabey's Tendre Nuit. So this one I had a sample of, and I had been wanting it, and I just could not find it. And then all of a sudden it just popped up and I was able to get it. And I think it's still around right now, but let's talk about it. This is Bois 1920s Centenario. This is another powder one. I swear I must be really into my Peaceful Goddess. And if you don't know what I mean by Peaceful Goddess, go into my, I'll try to remember to put in the cards. But I did a video about tapping into your goddess energy through fragrances, and Centenario is one of them. My Peaceful Goddess really is vibing with florals and powdery florals, and this is a gorgeous one. This has ylang ylang in it. It is just got this really beautiful like bouquet of flowers with a powdery, like an orris root and iris base. So it's got this nice, beautiful powder. It's not too powdery, just right. So this is Bois 1920s Centenario. All right, my latest pom-pom. I have been waiting to get this one. I finally got my hands on it. And this is Folie d'un Soir by Annick Goutal. Now, I am going to do the whole line of these, but this is the darker version of Folie d'un Soir. This is a dark rose. It's kind of gothic. It's kind of edgy, kind of incensey, which is a little bit different than the other ones in this particular line by Annick Goutal. But it is giving stunning. It is giving moments. It is giving legend. That's what you're going to be when you walk it through. You're going to be the moments, the icon, the legend. Next up is this one. Whew, this is Atkinson's Oud Save the Queen. Now, I have another one of these in this one, but this is Oud Save the Queen. It is a tea base. It's an Earl Grey tea, so it's a darker tea. It's not like Oolong Cha or anything like that, which is a more light tea. This is definitely fall. This is like that nighttime tea you drink right before you go to bed. This is that night heavy tea. But it also has this beautiful florals. It's got orange blossoms. It's got a little spiciness to it. And then it's got this orange blossom and I think a little jasmine. It is just this, and sandalwood for creaminess. It is a really different take on tea than a lot of the ones that you think of as a tea-based fragrance, because this is a heavier tea. This is definitely a spicy, you know, more, this is something that, you know, on a cold winter night, this is the kind of tea that you drink. This is Oud Save the Queen by Atkinson's. Now, Nobile 1942 has, of course, La Danza della Lapa. I'm sorry I had to do that. That is super popular, right? We all love it. It smells like apple pie. Like I said, like a zesty lemony apple pie. But this, Casta Diva, people don't know. They sleeping on it. This smells like Tricks in the beginning. So it's got this fruitiness, but it smells like fruity cereal, fruity Tricks to me. And then it's got the florals that come out, the osmanthus, which gives it a little apricot-y thing, nuance, you know, I like that word. And then it's got some jasmine in it. Does it have jasmine? Yep, jasmine and frangipani. So it has a few tropical and white florals, but it's really not like a necessarily summertime, because the fruitiness of it really amps it up and lets it be kind of like a cool weather fragrance. I don't necessarily say it's going to be like cold weather, but definitely cool weather. All right. This was so interesting when I did the search for this. because this is one of my favorite fragrances, especially for fall and winter, and I talk about it a lot. But I looked it up and I was like, wow, it really doesn't get that much conversation. And the only ones I saw about it were like when it first came out, like, and I think these were sent to them. So really no one talks about this. But it is so delicious and sexy, and y'all know, y'all gonna know. This is Pearlescent Parfums Midnight Jasmine. Oh my God, this is plum sexy goodness. This is plum sexy goodness. Do y'all hear me? Plum sexy goodness. And I just don't understand why people don't talk about this fragrance, because it is so plum sexy good. All right, so yeah, this is Midnight Jasmine by Pearlescent Parfums. If you like plum and a little jasmine and just really, this is a gourmand. It's a plum pastry, a warmed up, brown sugared up, cinnamony pastry. So that is Midnight Jasmine. Now this is a very popular designer, been around for ages now, and I kind of know why this one isn't talked about as much, because it really kind of wasn't made for our market, but it finally got here, right? And that is Scandal Gold. This was created for the Middle Eastern market, so it does have a more Middle Eastern vibe to it. So here's the thing about this. It is similar to the other Scandals because it does have the honey in it. But what it does, it has a departure. It doesn't have the cherry. This is definitely a heavier, more kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily Middle Eastern, but a Middle Eastern interpretation of the Scandal kind of vibe. So it still has the honey, but it has spices in it. It has saffron, and it has leather in it, and rose and jasmine. So it's a lot. It's similar enough for you to say, oh yeah, that's a Scandal, but it's different enough to say, oh yeah, but it's also extremely sexy like all the other Scandals are, but in a different scandalous gold way. I almost forgot this one, and I lost track of this one, to be quite honest, and I had to go find it for myself because I got it recently. I think I have the body wash someplace around here. That's what made me kind of curious about it. But anyway, this is Malin and Goetz Dark Rum. It is a boozy plum. It is. And vanilla. It is. That's all I got for y'all. It is. And so, but it's a sweet, boozy, plumbed vanilla. Whew. I'm just saying. I just bought it and I was like, yep, I want it, and it is good. All right. Van Cleef and Arpels Collection Extraordinaire. It's super popular, we know. Orchid, Bois, people talk about them all the time, and for rightfully good reasons. No lies told. I think they're stunning. I do own them, especially Bois Doré. Orchid I still like, but Bois Doré, top drawer. But hello, let's talk orchid leather, plum and leather. That's all you need to know. Plum and leather. Plum and leather. Did you hear me? Plum and leather. Plum and leather. Does that sound like something that you need for the fall? Because if you like plum, you need to try this one. That's all I got. Plum and leather. Ooh, I had to give y'all these last two. I forgot about. Let me show y'all these two. I just got them. And these are definitely not talked about. I think I've seen like one or two people. This is Andalusian Soul by Merchant of Venice. I will be talking about these in my haul. I got them at a super great discount. But this is boozy. It's got rum. It's smoky and rum with amber and vanilla. Oh my goodness. And look at how beautiful this bottle is. Now, I'm proud of myself because I bought the 50 ml because, you know, people like us tend to buy the 100 mils. But I'm trying to, like, sometimes buy smaller ones so I can actually use them up. Dare I say that out loud? So that is Andalusian Soul by Merchant of Venice. Now, I've been wearing them since I got them. And it is a smoky, boozy vanilla amber. And it dries down. It's got this little woodiness, but it's just, and the amber is just ambering. And it is good. And then Mystic Incense. Now, this is caramel, dried fruit accord, incense, cocoa, and woods. Now what happens is when you first put it on, it's got this really blast of incense, but as it dries down, you get the caramel, you get that dried fruits, you get this fruity caramel, and then you start getting that woody vibe to it. So it's a woody caramel with a little hints of dried fruit as it really gets drying down on you. So that is Mystic Incense by Merchant of Venice. Now, I could pull out all my Dream House of Curios. I could pull out all my Kai fragrances. But I'm going to give them their own separate day when I'm going to talk about my favorites of the fall that I'm really dying to wear. And talk about the newer ones that I got from Kai Fragrances. And if you have not seen the live where I got the new ones, baby, y'all need to be... You need to subscribe and put me on your notifications so you know when something new comes up. Because my new stuff be new. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Again, let me go back to my outro. Now here comes my outro. All right. So that's it. I'm going to stop right there because we know that I could do this forever. I really could. I could keep pulling things. I could do this for quite some time. But I'm trying to, like, piece out things so I can have content. Because why put everything in a video and then be like, dang, what am I going to do now? So those are the ones that I'm going to tell you about right now. These are newer ones to my collection. They are available. And they are things that I love. So the problem, of course, with things that I love is a lot of times you can't get samples. So I'm not going to even tell you to try to sample them. What I'm going to tell you is do like me. If you're interested in them and they sound good, just stay on the lookout for good prices. Because when you find a good price, it can be worth getting. I'm just saying. Especially for my people who are like me who will blind buy. Now, if you're squeamish about blind buying, don't do that, because I don't want you coming back to me all in your feelings and everything, and in your feels talking about don't come for me, because then I have to come for you. All right, y'all. So thank you so much for watching. As always, my hoes, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.